Hello everyone, welcome to episode 182 of the Daily Blend. I'm your host Oliver and joined as always by Maya. Maya, I have a very important question for you. Can you smell that?
くんくん、あ、もしかしてカレーの匂い？オリバースタジオに持ち込んだの？
I wish. Actually, today is January 22nd, which is officially Curry Day here in Japan. It marks the day back in 1982 when school lunches across the country served curry for the first time.
へー、1月22日はカレーの日なんだ。知らなかった。確かに日本の学校給食といえばカレーは王道だもんね。みんな大好きだし。
Exactly. I'm a huge fan of Japanese curry, especially with a bit of tonkatsu on top. But while we're talking about things that are heating up, we should probably look at the Japanese stock market. It's been absolutely sizzling lately.
シズリングってカレーの鍋が熱々になってるみたいに株価も熱いってこと？最近ニュースでもよく聞くよね。
It really is. Our first story today is about the Nikkei 225, which has just done something incredible. It didn't just break a record, it managed to shatter a record by soaring past the 54,000 yen milestone for the first time in history.
54,000円？すごい数字だね。今オリバーが言ったshatter a record っていうのは単に記録を更新しただけじゃない感じ？
Right. When we say someone or something has managed to shatter a record, we mean they broke the previous record by a very large amount. Think of a piece of glass breaking into 1,000 tiny pieces. It's a very dramatic way to say a record was totally smashed.
なるほど。ガラスが粉々に砕けるみたいにこれまでの記録を大幅に塗り替えたってことなんだね。shatter って言葉を使うとその凄さが伝わってくる。
It definitely does. This rally happened because there is a lot of bullish sentiment in the market right now. People are very optimistic about artificial intelligence and new government stimulus packages.
bullish sentiment か。マーケットのニュースでよくブルとかベアって聞くけど、それに関係あるの？
Precisely. Bullish sentiment refers to a feeling of optimism where investors believe stock prices will continue to rise. Think of a bull attacking with its horns pointing up. That upward movement represents the rising prices.
あ、角が上を向いてるから価格が上がるっていう前向きな気持ち。つまり強気な見方ね。今はみんな日本の経済に対して強気なんだ。
For the most part, yes. However, we did see a small dip on Wednesday. That's mostly because some investors decided to lock in profits after such a huge jump.
ロックインプロフィッツ？上がったところで利益を確保したってことかな？
Spot on. To lock in profits means to sell an investment after its value has increased to make sure you actually get that gain. If you don't sell, the price might go back down and you lose that extra money. So people sold some shares to keep their cash.
なるほどね。上がったタイミングで売って利益を確定させるっていうことか。最近は新ニーサの影響もあって普通の会社員の人もこういうニュースをすごく気にしてるよね。まさに失われた30年が終わったって感じがするな。
It really feels like an unprecedented time for the Japanese economy. I mean, we've never seen numbers like this before. It's making everyone change how they think about their savings.
本当だね。さて、経済の話が出たところで私たちの生活に直結するもう一つのニュースに行ってみようか。実はお財布事情に関わる大きな変化があるんだよね。
That's right. While the stock market is reaching for the sky, the government is also changing the rules for people working on the ground. They are raising the basic income tax threshold from 1.083 million yen to 1.78 million yen.
出た。いわゆる1003万円の壁が178万円に引き上げられるっていうニュースだね。これ学生さんとかパートの人たちの間ですごく話題になってるよ。オリバーが言ったスレッシュホールドっていうのはどういう意味？
A threshold is basically a starting point or a limit. In this case, it's the level of income where you start having to pay tax. Once you cross that threshold, you aren't exempt anymore. Raising it means you can earn more before the government starts taking a cut.
つまり、税金がかかり始める境界線とか敷地のことだね。その壁がぐんと上がったから、もっと長く働けるようになるんだ。
Exactly. And the best part for workers is that this will significantly increase their take-home pay every month.
Take home pay？ 家に持ち帰るお金ってことは、額面の給料じゃなくて手取りのこと？
You got it. Take-home pay is the actual amount of money that ends up in your bank account after all the taxes and insurance have been taken out. It's what you actually have available to spend.
やっぱり手取りのことなんだね。物価も上がってるし、手取りが増えるのは本当に助かるよ。みんなの生活に余裕ができそう。
I hope so. The government is hoping that by increasing take-home pay, people will have more disposable income to help boost the local economy.
disposable income か。これよく経済のニュースで聞くけど、詳しく教えてくれる？
Sure. Disposable income is the money you have left over after you've paid for all your necessities like taxes, rent, and bills. It's the money you can dispose of or spend on fun things like movies, travel, or even that extra large katsu curry for curry day.
なるほど。税金とか家賃とか絶対払わなきゃいけないものを払った後に残る自由に使えるお金のことだね。可処分所得ってやつか。それで美味しいカレーに行けるなら最高だね。
Exactly. If more people have more disposable income, the whole country benefits. It encourages part-timers to work more hours without worrying about hitting that old tax threshold too quickly.
本当にそうだね。今まで壁を気にしてシフトを調整していた人も、これからはもっと自由に働けるようになりそう。手取りが増えて、みんなの気持ちもブンリッシュになるといいな。
I love how you use that expression. Very nice. Well, before we wrap up today's episode, let's quickly review the expressions we covered today.
はい、復習タイムだね。今日は経済や生活に役立つ言葉がたくさん出てきたから、しっかりおさらいしましょう。ゆっくりいくね。
First, we had shatter a record.shatter
a record。記録を粉々に砕く。つまり、これまでの記録を大幅に塗り替えるという意味でした。
Second, bullish sentiment.bullish
sentiment。強気な見方、楽観的なムード。株価が上がるという前向きなプロジェクトです。
Third, lock-in profits.lock-in
profits。利益を確定させる。値上がりしたところで売って利益を確実に手に入れることでした。
Fourth, threshold.threshold。
敷地、境界線。今回は税金がかかり始めるラインとして使われていましたね。
Fifth, take-home pay.take-home
pay。手取り額。税金など引かれた後に実際に銀行に振り込まれる金額です。
And finally, disposable
income.disposable income。可処分所得。税金や生活必需品にお金を払った後に残る自由に使えるお金のことです。
Great job, everyone. Try using one of these expressions if you're talking about your finances or the news this week.
ぜひ使ってみてね。さて、今夜は私もカレーにしようかな。オリバー、今日はおすすめは？
Definitely katsu curry with some spicy pickles on the side. Thanks for listening to Daily Blend. We'll see you in the next episode.
それ最高。みんな今日も聞いてくれてありがとうね。また次回ね。バイバイ。